Let's be real. Lawsuits are no fun, but with Paulson & Nace, at least they are a little easier. With two DC-born partners, Paulson & Nace will fight for you the way only a Washingtonian could. Paulson & Nace handles medical malpractice, wrongful death, and other complex injury cases involving negligence. So if you have been hurt or lost a loved one because of someone else's mistake or negligence, call Paulson & Nace for a no-obligation consultation. Visit www.paulsonandnace.com or call 202-463-1999. Today on CityCast DC, the U.S. Department of Agriculture is awarding DC's Little Sesame $2.2 million as part of a plan to help organic chickpea farmers. It's another bit of evidence for Axios reporter Anna Spiegel's theory that our region is becoming the Hummus Hub of North America. Anna's here to explain, and I'm already hungry. Today is Monday, May 6th. I'm Michael Schaefer, and here's what DC is talking about. Hey, Anna.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm so happy to see you.
Me too.
So you wrote this piece for Washingtonian, where we worked together, and then did an update for Axios, where you now work. Clearly, this is a story that's exciting and moving. The hummus explosion. What is going on with hummus in the DC market?
Before I started researching this story for Washingtonian, I didn't realize that this is such a big hummus producing region. The Mid-Atlantic produces more hummus, I think, like commercial hummus that you find in the grocery store, than maybe the Middle East.
So what are the stations of the cross, to use like a really bad metaphor, of the Mid-Atlantic hummus trail?
Yeah, so, it really starts with Sabra, which is just south of Richmond.
That's like the big chain of hummus that you can buy at Safeway and stuff.
That's the huge chain. Yeah, and you probably recognize their hummus tubs. They have that clear top with the little topping on it. They are a PepsiCo-owned company, but they started small. They started in New York in the 80s. And then when they wanted to expand, they were looking for places to go. And they picked this area in Virginia to build the globe's largest hummus factory.
Is Virginia known for its hummus technological skill? Why did they pick Virginia?
There's a few different reasons. They were also looking at North Carolina, Jersey, but they picked it for the infrastructure. I guess it's really close to the Port of Richmond that ships hummus all over across the nation. They have really good railway systems. They had a lot of high density of workers. And then I think Virginia also gave some incentives to help them build out this massive hummus campus that basically has a factory with 500 plus workers, a research and development center where they can, do research on chickpeas and fruits and other things. They have a test kitchen, and they can pump out more than 12 million pounds of hummus per month.
That's a lot of hummus.
It's a lot of hummus.
All right, so what else is around here? Then the Little Sesame, our DC bread competitor, is, you reported, expanding big too.
Yeah, so that's actually what got me into this story, is that I was talking to Nick Wiseman, who co-founded Little Sesame. They built their first factory in Prince George's County last year. They started as a little hummus shop in DuPont Circle 7 years ago, and they went to grocery stores. And they were picked up by Whole Foods. I think it's over 450 Whole Foods nationwide. So they had to ramp up their hummus production, so they started this factory.
And they went from, you had a multiple in your story, like 250 to 25,000 or something?
Yeah, 2,500 pounds a week to 25,000 pounds. It's a lot of hummus.
It's time to get dressed up, DC. So Others Might Eat is having its Young Professionals Network Spring Soiree. That's to help raise funds for homelessness in DC. The gala is on the evening of May 17th at the National Museum of Women in the Arts. There will be live music from DJ Heat from the Washington Wizards, photo booths, food, and even a special appearance by a former actor from Pretty Little Liars. Wow! There will also be a canned food drive, so be sure to bring a few cans to support SUM's Food Pantry. Grab tickets before they're gone at sum.org/spring soiree. That's some.org/spring soiree. See you there.
Mom deserves the best, and there's no better place to shop for Mother's Day than Whole Foods Market. They're your destination for unbeatable savings, from premium gifts to show-stopping flowers and irresistible desserts. Start by saving 33% with Prime on all body care and candles. Then get a 15-stem bunch of tulips for just $9.99 each with Prime. Round out Mom's menu with festive rosé, irresistible berry chantilly cake, and more special treats. Come celebrate Mother's Day at Whole Foods Market.
So wait, what does a hummus factory look like? I'm imagining like giant vats of chickpeas being crushed by like massive machines. Is that correct or no?
I think, for some of the bigger commercial, from what I've heard, I have never been inside a hummus factory, unfortunately, but some of the more commercial places you buy like chickpea meal. So it's almost like pre-mashed chickpeas, and then they add flavoring. For a Little Sesame, they really wanted to make the hummus like they do at the restaurant. So they start with chickpeas that are grown at a sustainable farm in Montana. They use fresh citrus, they use really good quality tahini, and then they have flavorings like caramelized onions and things like that. And they make them all in what would be kind of almost like giant blenders in the factory. Like you'd make a hummus at home, but just for, over 1,000 stores nationwide.
So you have these two big, like industrial sized hummus manufacturings. Are there other things that you highlighted?
Yeah, Cava is a big player. So they were actually predated Little Sesame. Their production facility their first one's in Laurel, Maryland, but, Cava is also exploding. They just had that huge IPO, and they are in the process of building a $30 million facility in the Shenandoah Valley that will double their dip and spread production and also be able to service around 750 restaurants nationwide.
Do the small batch hummusers look down on this kind of factory production?
No, I think it's actually the opposite. Little Sesame, one of their points of the reason why they built their factory here versus, they could have been up in New York, they could have been anywhere since they're kind of a national product. So we're kind of following in Sabra's footsteps. Nick Wiseman had a really fun quote, and he said, if you want to know what kind of toilet to buy, look at what Home Depot uses in their offices. And, Sabra kind of set the standard. They picked the place to build a successful hummus factory, and they also kind of paved the way for hummus consumption in the U.S.
So is this coincidence, or is DC generally like more obsessed with hummus as a region than anywhere else?
I think DC is pretty obsessed with hummus. DC itself is Sabra's 11th largest market, which is pretty big for nationwide. And then they said, some of their biggest markets are in the Northeast and the Southeast. So kind of DC is like right in the middle. And it's kind of like a hummus hub.
And nationally, are we in like a hummus moment?
I think so. I think hummus is trying to kind of break out of the dip bowl, if you will, at least with Little Sesame. Nick Wiseman will talk about being like the future of hummus. So it's not necessarily something you just always break out at like a picnic or something. It's something you put in your salad. They have a national collaboration with Sweetgreen for this hummus crunch salad. And they're doing a cool collaboration with Fly by Jing, which is this cool like indie spice company for like a pumpkin crunch hummus. So they're kind of making hummus cool. It's not like a hippie dip. It's something that could be both like kind of exciting and versatile. I think Sabra has a line of chocolate hummus now. So you can eat hummus for appetizers, entrees, and desserts.
Anna, you are, in addition to being a really strong reporter, you're a food critic. So walk us through, like, what are your favorite places to go for hummus in DC, and which hummus are they serving?
Hummus is pretty economical to make in a restaurant. So a lot of restaurants that carry hummus will make their own hummus. I think Albi in Navy Yard, which is a wood-fired Levantine restaurant from Chef Michael Rufiti, they make a really good hummus, and they do like a smoked mushrooms, or it's kind of like the fancy hummus. I am a big Little Sesame fan. I think they do a great job. Their caramelized onion hummus is often in my fridge.
Do you make your own?
I do sometimes, yeah. The key is getting, good quality chickpeas, and also chickpeas in brine. A lot of the American chickpeas that you have are pretty flavorless. But if you get good high quality chickpeas, especially from like a Middle Eastern store, I go to the Gourmet Basket in McLean, Virginia. They have these Lebanese chickpeas that are like in a little bit of like a brine instead of water. And you can also save the chickpea brine. It's called aquafaba. You'll often see it on cocktail menus these days. It's used as a vegan alternative to egg whites and egg white cocktails. So save your chickpea water for a nice cocktail later on. And then usually, you blend it with good quality tahini, maybe some flavorings like garlic, kind of whip it up really well. And you can get crazy, since there's so many different kind of crazy flavors with hummus these days, you could add pumpkin or herbs or kind of whatever you want.
So do you have a favorite crazy flavor that someone offers?
I do like the Little Sesame pumpkin hummus with the Fly by Jing chili crisp. I mean, I could eat chili crisp on anything, but you can even add your own chili crisp to hummus, and it's pretty good, even though the hummus purist will not be very happy.
Are there actual hummus purists out there who I mean,
Yes.
I know we all imagine that there are some group of scolds disdaining people for adding pumpkin to their hummus, but do those people actually exist in nature?
Yeah, I think if you went to a hummuseria, they'd be horrified that we're doing jammy tomatoes and chocolate and pumpkin and birthday cake, all the above.
Anna Spiegel, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
And that is all for today here on CityCast DC. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our morning newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Did you lost it? Chocolate hummus?
Yeah, it was the chocolate hummus that did it.